how far is it from the apartment to the dorm to class? I'd say walking from my apartment to my classes, it would probably take me like 12 minutes if I was just like, normal pace, whatever. It's really close. But it never takes me 12 minutes. I'm constantly running into people I know. I tend to be a pretty popular person at UCLA, so I'm always like stopping, talking to people, etc. So it usually takes me more like 25 minutes. I have to leave pretty early. But having said that, kind of a good example of just here at UCLA, we are in a very warm atmosphere here, both literally and figuratively. We're actually located on 419 acres. That's the least of any UC school. We also have 27,000 undergrads. That's the most of any UC school. So we have a very, very friendly campus, and it's so conducive to really what I was just talking about as far as like running into people, constantly seeing people you know. Bruin Walk's a really, really good example of that. As you guys walk over there, you'll see a lot of the clubs and organizations giving out like flyers and brochures, stuff like that. Here at UCLA, we have 955 of those. That's a lot of clubs for you to get involved in. As you got a sense from the beginning of my tour, I'm pretty involved here at UCLA, and I think most students are pretty indicative of that as well. So, with 27,000 undergrads on that kind of acreage, that was 955 clubs. You really feel like even though you're at a big university like this, that you're constantly running into people you know, constantly part of different smaller groups. And it's really, really awesome that we have that kind of feeling here at UCLA. So that building right there is Kirchhoff Hall. That's where a lot of the offices of those clubs are located. When you guys are here, you'll spend a lot of time in Kirchhoff. I know I do. The campus stores office in there, so I pretty much live there, to be honest. But otherwise, it's a great kind of example of just, again, how much time you spend with those smaller groups of people during your time here at UCLA. It's so much fun. So yeah, and again, with 955 clubs to choose from, trust me, you can only find like one, probably a pretty boring person. I'm sure you'll find more. So.
How many fraternities are in this campus?
How many fraternities? It depends on what you count as a fraternity, because there's like the interfraternity council, and there's about, I think, 23 frats on that. But there's like academic fraternities, and there's like religious fraternities. So if you include all of those, and there's a ton. There's quite a few. So, and about 14% of our campus is in the Greek system, so you tend to have a lot of different, a lot of interest in it. I'll actually talk more about the frats later in the tour too. So. But yeah, so that's it as far as clubs. That room that you see right there at the windows, that's Kirchhoff Coffee House. That's a good example of students liking to have fun on campus. Whenever you see these kind of ugly, clanky tables and chairs over here, that means food's available. Inside up there, we actually have the most lucrative Baskin Robbins in the entire country, which is pretty cool that we have that. But yeah, really fun place. Monday and Wednesday nights, they actually have free jazz performances for students. Friday nights, they have free stand-up comedy performances. A couple weeks ago, one of the guys from the show Community on NBC came and performed. That was really cool. But yeah, so we have that in there. And probably my favorite thing to talk about with Kirchhoff Hall is the fact that here at UCLA, we are in the close proximity to Hollywood. So we tend to have a lot of movies and TV shows and commercials filmed here really often. Kirchhoff Hall is definitely no exception. Raise your hand if you've seen Old School. Anybody seen the movie Old School? Yeah, a couple people. Well, the infamous cinder block hazing scene takes place up on that floor there. I won't get into the details of the scene. You'll have to watch it yourself. But maybe more popularly, raise your hand if you've seen Legally Blonde. Anybody seen Legally Blonde? You probably think they're like super nerdy and lame and like doesn't hang out with students or whatever. One of my favorite anecdotes I'll tell you on the tour. My sophomore year, me and a lot of the tour guys, we were in Bruin Plaza. We were doing a rally because UCLA's baseball team was in the championship that year. So I'm this big like tailgate and stuff. And Terrence Town was actually like there, but we didn't know it was him. I've like never seen him before. But I saw this guy who looked like a student, and he was he had a UCLA baseball jersey on, and they had like sold out like a long time ago. So I went up to him. Me and a couple tour guys went up to him, and I was like, "Yo, dude, how did you get your baseball jersey?" He's like, "Oh, I got it from the store in Westwood. Like you should too." I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." I was like, "Hey, you should come tailgate with Campus Tours. Like we're doing this cool tailgate." He's like, "Oh, nice. Like my name's Terrence Tao." And I was like, "Wait, like Professor Tao?" And he's like, "Yeah." Guy, like, seriously looked like he was a student, so it's super cool. He came and tailgated with us before the baseball game, and he's a genius. Like, he won the Field Award. So it's kind of just an example of how personable and awesome the professors here at UCLA are. Especially in the science, too. I feel like a lot of schools have a reputation for where the professors aren't very, like, accommodating with students. Not the case at UCLA, though. I live with 3 South Campus majors, actually, and 3 North Campus majors. And definitely, all 3 of my South Campus roommates definitely enjoy the professors they have in all their respective fields. So, yeah. Just a good example for you. Moving along though, we're in the Court of Sciences, by the way, right over here. And we can actually start moving this way. I didn't really want to stand up there. As we move over here, this is Bolter Hall to your right hand side. How's it going, Sam? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm curious, like I wanted to more. Like you talked about that, I was like, wait, what? Is this for law school or